Hunger was killing them. Every day was a gamble. One wrong bite could mean death. But they had no guide, no books, no science, no doctors, only survival. Every meal was a life or death decision. So how did humans discover which plants were poisonous? The answer begins millions of years ago, long before civilization, long before farming, long before writing. Nature was both friend and enemy. One mistake could erase an entire family. Yet somehow humanity survived. They learned. They remembered. And that knowledge changed human history forever. Their first teachers were the animals. Birds tested fruits. Monkeys sampled berries. Deer chose certain plants. Humans watched everything. If the animal survived, the plant seemed safe. But nature was full of tricks. Some birds could digest poison. Humans couldn't. Observation alone wasn't enough. So they experimented. Carefully. Very carefully. Sometimes nothing happened. Other times the pain began. Nature gave no warnings. Only consequences. Every mistake became a lesson. Every survivor shared the knowledge. Slowly, humanity built its first plant guide. But survival wasn't only about avoiding poison. They also needed enough food to stay alive. Hunger forced people to take risks. Sometimes, they had no other choice. So they created simple rules. Never eat a plant you don't recognize. Avoid bright warning colors. Be careful with white sap. Smell before tasting. Taste only a tiny amount. Then wait. Hours. Sometimes an entire day. If nothing happened, the plant might be safe. If sickness appeared, nobody touched that plant again. Knowledge spread slowly. Generation by generation. Parents taught their children. Children became teachers. The lessons never stopped. Nature became their classroom. Every forest, every river, every mountain taught another lesson. Little by little, humans became masters of survival. Not every poisonous plant killed instantly. Some worked slowly. Hours later, the sickness began. Stomach pain, vomiting, dizziness, weakness. Some survived. Some never did. The survivors remembered every detail. Which leaves caused pain? Which berries caused death? Which roots were safe? Memory became survival. Stories protected future generations. Children listened carefully. One mistake could never be repeated. Knowledge saved lives. Experience became wisdom. Wisdom became tradition. Tradition became culture. And culture kept people alive. The forest was no longer a mystery. It became familiar because humans had learned nature's hidden rules. But plants weren't their only danger. Danger didn't always come from poison. Sometimes, the deadliest threat was hunger itself. Hungry people became desperate. Desperate people made dangerous choices. Some risks paid off. Others ended in tragedy. Slowly, patterns began to appear. Certain colors warned of danger. Certain smells warned of poison. Certain tastes meant, stop immediately. Bitterness often meant danger. Sweetness often meant energy. But there were exceptions. Nature loved exceptions. So humans stayed cautious. Very cautious. The oldest people remembered the most. Their memories kept everyone alive. Knowledge became treasure. Not gold. Not weapons. Knowledge. Because knowledge was the greatest survival tool ever created. Then something unexpected happened. Animals didn't only avoid poison. Sometimes, they searched for medicine. Humans noticed. They watched carefully. The sick animal recovered. That couldn't be ignored. Curiosity returned. Very carefully, they tested the plant. Not as food, as medicine. Some wounds healed faster. Some fevers disappeared. Not every plant was dangerous. Some plants saved lives. Knowledge expanded. Safe food. Dangerous poison. Healing medicine. 3 different discoveries. One incredible forest. Nature wasn't trying to help humans or hurt them. Nature simply existed. Humans had to understand it. And that understanding changed everything. Soon, every family knew the basics. Children learned early. Very early. They memorized shapes. Leaf by leaf. Berry by berry. Root by root. Mistakes became rare. Knowledge became instinct. People trusted experience, not luck. Entire tribes survived because they remembered. Every lesson mattered. Every warning mattered. Every story mattered. The forest became familiar, not because it changed, because humans changed. Knowledge kept growing, generation after generation, century after century. The lessons survived, long before writing, long before books. Memory was the library, and survival was the reward. Then humanity made another discovery. Cooking changed everything. Some dangerous plants became safe after fire. Heat destroyed certain toxins, but not all of them. Some poisons survived the flames. People learned the difference. Again, through experience. Every season taught something new. Spring brought fresh leaves. Summer brought berries. Autumn brought roots. Winter brought hardship. Preparation became survival. Knowledge saved food. Food saved lives. The strongest weapon wasn't a spear. It wasn't fire. It was knowledge, shared freely, remembered forever. That tradition never disappeared. Even today, scientists still study plants. Many medicines exist because ancient humans kept learning. Thousands of years passed. Human knowledge kept growing. The best gatherers became respected. The wisest elders became healers. People trusted them because experience mattered. Nature rewarded patience, not speed. Careful observation saved generations. Every safe meal proved the lessons worked. Every dangerous plant remained untouched. The forest had become familiar, not because it became safer, because humans became wiser. Knowledge spread farther, across rivers, across mountains, across generations, until it became tradition. Tradition became survival. Survival became civilization. Everything started with one careful decision. Today, we rarely think about poisonous plants because others already learned. They paid the price, so future generations wouldn't have to. Every lesson, every warning, every mistake built human knowledge. Science didn't begin inside a laboratory. It began in the forest. One question changed everything. Can I eat this? Humanity never stopped asking. Curiosity became survival. Survival became knowledge. Knowledge became civilization. All because humans never gave up learning. Nature was dangerous, but humans became wiser. And that wisdom still protects us today. But one mystery remained. Why did poisonous plants exist? The answer was survival. Plants couldn't run. They couldn't hide. They couldn't fight. So they evolved poison. It was their defense. Nature protected itself. Humans understood this. Thousands of years later, they respected nature instead of fearing it. Every forest hid both life and death. Wisdom was knowing the difference. That lesson never disappeared. It lives on inside every field guide, inside every biology book, and inside human curiosity. In the end, it was never about luck. It was observation. It was patience. It was memory. Generation after generation, lesson after lesson, mistake after mistake. Humanity adapted. Humanity survived. Humanity learned. That knowledge built the future. Every safe meal was earned. Every discovery changed history. Nature tested humanity. Humanity passed because they never stopped learning. And that's why we still recognize the dangers of nature thousands of years later. All because our ancestors refused to stop asking, "Can I eat this?" If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to subscribe, because the next mystery of human history is even more unbelievable.